bound. We fought so many battles here, and we the ones that never fear. The love resides within our town. We won't stop no letting down. The cup is ours, we're all to drink. It's our town, let's rock this ring. Hey, hockey town. Not alone, just look around. Hey, hockey town. Raise the roof, let's hear the sound. Wheels on us at every turn. Focus dropped, the fever burns. Flesh speed, some brilliant daring. Red lights flash, horns blaring. Hockey town, the hunger's fed. Wild man in white and red. They dance and lust before our eyes. Lord Stanley's Cup, we have the prize. Hockey town, not alone. Just look around. Hockey town, let's hear the sound. Hockey town, hockey town. Just look around. Hockey town.
It's the Dennis Stuckey Show on 1380 WPHF.
And of course, you can catch the last hour of the Chris Mannix show most weekdays following my program. Of course, today's a Tuesday, and so that means at 5 o'clock we've got another edition of Inside Michigan Football with Jim Brandstetter and Wolverines head coach Jim Harbaugh. They'll be talking about a win. On Friday, I'm not quite sure what Mark D'Antonio will be talking about on the Mark D'Antonio show, which starts at 4:30. It's a Tuesday. I survived last night's basketball game at least well enough that I'm propped up in a chair here in the studios and ready to go today. And I'll talk more about all that last night, which was an awful lot of fun as they opened the new facility over what used to be the junior arena and is now the new SC4 field house. But to kick things off, one of my favorite topics is hockey. And we've got a young man here who aspires to, I think, report on hockey and kind of make hockey part of his life. His name is Chris Baker, and Chris is going to do a website surrounded around the Port Huron Prowlers and making sure that people are well informed about our team here in Port Huron. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem. Let's start out with, why do you want to do this?
Honestly, I've been in hockey since I was very, very young. I started skating when I was about a year and a half old, and I've basically been playing hockey ever since. And I grew up on the Border Cats. I had season tickets with my parents, and we literally went to every game. And we even sometimes went out to like Brantford, and one time we did go out to Asheville to see them play the Smoke too. Yeah, you can tell me that much.
And one of the worst press boxes in the history of sports, because the building wasn't a hockey rink, it was a basketball rink. So they didn't have a press box because you don't need one for basketball. They set everybody up courtside. But what they did have was up in the rafters they set up a table, and that's literally, there was an elevator that went up, the door opened, and you walked out onto a catwalk, and there was a little table there, and I set up all my stuff, and I called the game from the catwalk at the old arena in Asheville. Unfortunately, they weren't in the league very long. We usually only made one trip down there a year and hit Winston-Salem and Knoxville while we were along the way. Fun times. But they have bad teams usually, so we usually won when we went there, so I'm not going to complain about that. But so it's just one of those things that's kind of gotten into your blood.
Yeah, and I actually went to I want to say about 10 games last year, and I ended up going to the championship game last year with a friend of mine, and we literally sat right next to the ice, and we were probably going the crisis out of everyone. So that's how much I just love the Prowlers right now.
So they win a championship, which was the first in Port Huron in 44 years, I might add. And I can imagine where that kind of gets you pumped and gets you excited. So you're going to put this website up. You're going to do, I assume, a blog. Will it be daily? Will it be weekly?
Right now, it's going up, actually up on YouTube. It's I'm hoping to put it up weekly. After every weekend's games, I'm basically going to report on that. Hopefully, I'm going to have players on there, but nothing's guaranteed right now. But expect something right around like weekly to bi-weekly.
All right. Be persistent. Go to practices.
Right.
Guys love talking, so you'll find that out too. Hockey players are real approachable, and I think you'll get along good. There is stuff going on even in the off season. The Federal Hockey League has proved to be very interesting. They add teams almost on an hourly basis. And teams disappear on almost an hourly basis as well. But there was a schedule out, and then all of a sudden there was an announcement that Cornwall was going to get a team, and that they're going to play this year. So now there's a new schedule out. So it's a little bit crazy. Do you find it hard to kind of follow and keep up with all the changes?
I honestly expected it with the River Kings folding this year. Honestly, with the Federal Hockey League, they honestly wanted to get in Ontario. Their ideal one was Bellevue, but with Cornwall, that was an opening. So honestly, I expected them to take that and run.
Yeah.
So
We'll see what happens there, because there was a reason the other Cornwall team went away.
yeah, that's.
And it's pretty much the same guys that ran that team that are going to run this one. But I also understand that the league wanted to get strength in numbers. Carolina comes into the league next year, so assuming that everybody who plays this year comes back next year, then the league will be up to 8 teams, and you can keep growing from there. And I know Dayton is still looking for a place to play, whether it's Dayton or someplace else. So
We're hoping that they're in Dayton, though, but.
yeah, well, I don't have to ever go back to Harrow Arena, I can tell you that much. Do you have a favorite player on the team? Somebody, and there's going to be a lot of changes from last year's team to this year's team, but is there that one guy that you really hope you get an interview with?
The one person I've always wanted to interview actually is Frazier, of course, because his moniker is right out there, right out front. He seems like a great guy, but also so blunt about it.
Confidence is
yes.
the word we like to use. Confident. So it should be a lot of fun. There is a free agent camp coming up too in a couple of weeks, October 15th and 16th. I would suggest you hang out at that as well and meet people. There's always opportunities. There's always stories out there. But you have to be wise and make sure that you don't tell the wrong stories.
I definitely don't want to do that one.
All right, so tell people where they need to go if they want to view your program.
We do have a Facebook group up right now. It is facebook.com/Main Street Prowlers, and you can go from there. I'll be posting all the episodes there. And then there will also be, you can just search Main Street Prowlers on YouTube too, and the videos will be up there.
All right, Main Street Prowlers. The young man's name is Chris Baker. Chris, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you for having
I
me.
hope it wasn't too brutal for you.
Oh, it was so brutal.
All right, got to take a break, but we'll be back.